Alright, you guys, these are the three piles. We have group 1 with the clear quartz, group number 2 with the rose quartz, and group number 3 with the bumblebee jasper. If you guys need a moment to meditate on which pile is calling your name, you guys are free to do that right now. And if you would like to pick more than one, you are more than welcome to do so. Hello, group number 1. Welcome to your guys' reading. We're going to start off with the zodiac dice. We have Virgo and Sagittarius. Hello, Virgo. Hello, Sagittarius. We have Taurus and Aries. Hello, Taurus. Hello, Aries. Taurus again and Pisces. Hello, Taurus. Hello, Pisces. Sun, moon, rising, you guys. If your sign didn't pop up, that is completely okay, you guys. The signs, the zodiac dice, it's just extra. It's dessert. If your sign showed up, great. If it did not, that is completely fine. Okay, let's go ahead and jump straight on into it. Can we please get a message for group 1 on who the hell are they gonna marry? Okay. Okay. The first card that we have, group number 1, is the Six of Coins. Now, the Six of Coins is a card that talks about generosity. This is somebody who has a very giving spirit. Sometimes as well, I can view this card as somebody who has a deep desire to nurture the people around them. This person could be somebody who's worked really hard in their life to have the capabilities to provide or have the capabilities to nurture those that they love. I see this as somebody with a really big and open heart as well. I don't think you could be somebody who's selfish or somebody who is narcissistic and have a desire to give, have a desire to nurture, have a desire to care for others in that way. So I do see this person as someone who has a lot of selfless energy, somebody who finds joy and happiness in being able to give to others. What I find really interesting is the fact that we have the Eight of Swords here. Now, the Eight of Swords is referencing an energy of being stuck. This is referencing an energy of not seeing a way to escape certain mental blockages. This could also be a physical blockage, you guys, but for the most part, I do see this as something mentally is keeping us trapped or something mentally is preventing us from blossoming to our full potential. So oftentimes I do see this as a negative thing. However, for you guys, in regards to the question of today's reading, who the hell are you going to marry? The Eight of Swords, I am seeing this more so as somebody who has and possesses a lot of self-control. Somebody who has a really strong hold on their mind and somebody who is capable of restraining themselves. For example, right? It's not always a positive thing to have a partner who is going to not have this, right? Like, this is something that is going to pop up with somebody who is extremely loyal, or somebody who is very disciplined when it comes to their work, or somebody who is committed to the marriage, somebody who's committed to being with their husband, with their wife long term. This is not a weak individual. Again, I'm seeing this as having a lot of mental control and being able to restrain yourself even in the face of temptation. The Seeker of Swords, you guys, is a card that is referencing going after your desires with a lot of energy, a lot of enthusiasm and excitement. This is also representing intelligence and being calculated with your moves. So this person that you're going to marry, group number 1, is somebody who has a plan. They are not walking into really anything in life, but specifically your relationship, without a plan or without a vision in mind. They can already envision the future. They already have plans for the future. This person is somebody where I feel like their entire life, they've kind of had like an idea of what they want their life to look like. I'm going to work at this place. I'm going to become a professional in this field. I want to get married by this time. I want to have this many children. I want to live in this location. I want to have this kind of house. Now, perhaps not all of their manifestations have fully popped up into reality. However, this person isn't walking aimlessly throughout life without a vision, without a plan. So I love that. I also think this person is somebody who likes to initiate. I don't think that they're someone who waits around for others to come up with a plan or others to come up with a path forward. I think that they are someone who very much likes taking on that leadership role, that leadership position of, this is what I want to do, this is where I want to go, and I'm going to make the plans. Like, I'm not going to wait for somebody else to make the plans for me. Now, we also have Judgment here, you guys, and Judgment is a card that isn't literally talking about judgment, but it is talking about our morals and our belief system. Now, oftentimes I do associate this card with somebody where you and your husband or your wife, you guys are going to have very similar beliefs. Now, this is not to say, and I want to make this clear, you guys, this is not to say that you are a perfect person with perfect beliefs or perfect morals. I do see this though when it shows up into a love reading, that when we're talking about our future partner and what they're like, they have a strong sense of who they are. They have a strong sense of their morals. They have a strong sense of their belief system. What they believe it fully. They're somebody who's very passionate when it comes to their beliefs. I do oftentimes, and the reason I'm saying this is because we do have like 2 sets of hands here, or 3 sets of hands here, right? We have like smaller hands, medium-sized hands, and then larger hands. I'm almost seeing this as like a husband, a wife, and children all sharing similar belief systems. You guys may be going to like a church together, or perhaps you guys share your spiritual beliefs, your political beliefs. I know for me, that's something that's very important. I could never be with somebody who I view as lacking morals or lacking integrity when it comes to the collective. So having something like this show up, I think, is really, really important in regards to having a long-standing relationship, because I have been in relationships where I'm dating somebody who doesn't have the same morals as I do or the same beliefs that I do, and it's exhausting. So I see this as you two being on the same page with that. We also have Death here. Oh, okay. Death is not talking about physical death, although, right, sometimes obviously it could. I would assume if you and your husband or you and your wife are going to stay together for decades and decades and decades, that you guys are going to have to face loss in this manner together. I see this as your relationship going through multiple phases of transformation and you two growing together. And why am I saying you two are going to grow together? Because we have these 2 snakes together. This is not one snake. These are 2 snakes, 2 heads, 2 tails, okay? This is telling me that you and your husband, you and your wife, you guys are going to go through these changes, through these transformations together. And truly, you guys, out of everything, like, that is the key, or one of the most important keys to keeping a relationship together. It's so important that you are capable of growing with your partner in the same direction. And this is a good sign to me that you and your husband, you and your wife are growing in the same direction. You are changing in the same direction. You guys are going to become different people as the years go on, but you guys are going to become different people together. You guys are going to grow together. You guys are going to learn together. You're going to change together, okay? And we have the 7 of Cups, and this is talking about having multiple options in front of you, having many different choices that you can choose from, right? This is talking about not being isolated to just one cup, not just being isolated to one option. Now, when I see this, you guys, it can mean a few different things. Number one, if you are somebody who has a desire to have an open relationship or have an open marriage, maybe that's the path you and your partner are going to take. For me personally, like, I would rather live alone with 100 cats than live that life. But for those of you who want that, that's very possible, because this is options. Now, for those of you who are more like me and you're like, yeah, I would rather be alone than be with somebody who needs multiple people, I would see this more so as an energy of like, this person has chosen you above like the rest. Like, it's not like I'm settling for you. It's not like, oh, this is just, you're the best I could do, honey, so that's why we're married. Or, you know, nobody else was taking an interest, so that's why we ended up together. I see this very much in alignment, you guys, with like, no, I had all of these choices. I had all of these options, and I chose you because you were special to me, because you stood out to me, because you spoke to my soul in a way that nobody else could. That's how I'm seeing this, okay? And there's no judgment. Again, if you are somebody who wants to have like a more open situation, that's live your life, whatever makes you happy. Okay, let's go ahead and jump into the oracle cards. Who the hell is group number 1 gonna marry? Ooh, I have to be careful about this. I forget, you guys, because I'm not obviously filming the way I usually film. I need to make sure that I cover everybody's little bits. Here. Okay. We have the Silver Waterfall, okay? The Silver Waterfall is a card that's obviously talking about living in paradise. Unfortunately, I can't really show this card to you guys, but this woman is bathing in this beautiful waterfall. There is a rainbow above her. There's beautiful animals surrounding her. There's butterflies. There's beautiful lush greenery. And I'm seeing this as like your relationship feeling very much like a vacation. Your relationship feeling very much like this paradise, right? So having this pop up for you guys, I do feel like your partner is going to be your safe space. I do feel like your partner, your husband, your wife is going to be somebody that you look at and you're like, oh, I get to come home to you. I'm so happy. It's not going to be a stressful environment. It's not going to be an environment where you feel tense or where you feel like you have all these burdens on your back or you're like, oh, I don't want to go home and see you. It's very much like, I can't wait to get home to see you. I can't wait to hold you in my arms. I can't wait to talk to you about my day. Like, it feels like paradise with this person. Now, I also want to make it clear, you guys, because I'm not somebody who is of the belief system that there is such thing as a perfect human being. This isn't to say that there will not be times in your relationship where there are issues or where there won't be a time in your relationship where you guys are struggling or where you guys are arguing. I'm sure that will happen. I'm sure that you guys will go through ups and downs, but for the most part, this is what this relationship feels like. And we have intimacy here as well. And intimacy is obviously just talking about closeness, right? Feeling close to your partner, feeling like you have the ability to be vulnerable with your partner, to be open with your partner, to love on your partner. Again, this person is your best friend. This person is the one you want to go to after a bad day, after a good day, after the ups and the downs. Like, this is the person you want to curl up in a ball with and hold and snuggle and tell all your deepest, darkest secrets to. This is also talking about, right, like physical intimacy. And I do think that is a really important part of any relationship, any long-standing relationship, is the physical intimacy aspect. Obviously, again, there's nuance to this conversation, you guys. I'm aware there are people who don't need that or don't want that in a relationship, and that's totally fair. Obviously, that does not apply to you, but for most people, this is going to be the case where this physical intimacy is a way for you guys to reconnect, a way for you guys to bond, a way for you guys to feel closer to one another. We also have soulmates here. And obviously, like, this is my favorite card that has come out for you guys so far, just because I am a big believer in soulmates. I'm a big believer in everything happens for a reason. And certain people come into your life for certain seasons, certain reasons. And seeing soulmate here makes me feel confident that this marriage that you guys are going to be engaging in is going to be a marriage with your soulmate. It's going to be a marriage, a union with somebody who is connected to you, not just on a physical level, but on a soul level. Somebody who's going to love you beyond just your body. Somebody who loves you for your soul and for who it is that you are, the essence that you carry. Okay. Can I please get a zodiac card? We have Pluto here. This is transformation, you guys. Obviously, we've already spoken about this with the death. And again, this is really important because at the end of the day, if you're not growing in life, if you're not evolving, if you're not changing, if things aren't moving, then things are dying, right? If there is a lack of growth, then it's dead, essentially. So this is going to be really important for you guys to keep in mind once you enter this marriage, that you and your partner are going to change. And it's important that you guys work to change together. And I think this person is somebody who really values evolution and change and growth. So please be prepared for that. Yeah, the South Node. This is life stats. The South Node is a card or is a astrological point in which we are meant to let go. This is representing our past life. This is representing our past debts. Now, when I say the past, you guys, I'm not talking about your past, like 5 years ago, 10 years ago. I'm talking about a past life. Energetically, this is what you are meant to let go of. This is what you are meant to move away from. And when I see this show up, you guys, this is really important because I do feel like, again, in most relationships, it's going to require you to forgive. It's going to require you to go through not just the beautiful times, but also the difficult times, and learn to forgive your partner, and learn that, like, people are just people and they're going to make mistakes. And unfortunately, there is no such thing as a perfect human. Seeing the South Node showing up does make me feel, though, again, you guys, that there are going to be certain things that you have to move on from in order to continue and grow in this relationship. Actually, we'll leave that there. All right, can I please get a message? Oh. Ooh, we have a proposal. It says an offer or proposal in the near future that comes as a surprise. So this makes me excited, you guys, because this is obviously talking about your guys' proposal. Your proposal is going to be a surprise. It's going to be shocking. You're going to be like, what? It may also be really sudden for some of you. It may come out of the blue, or it may happen really quickly, okay? So it could be that you're dating this person for like 6 months, maybe a year, and this person decides to propose. Regardless of how long you are with this person, group number 1, I do believe that the proposal itself is going to be a bit shocking. Or unexpected, I should say. Oh my gosh, okay. Imperfections. Love is a beautiful mess. Embrace its imperfections. I think this is a really, really big issue with a lot of people. I was going to say young people, but it's not just young people. It's old people. It's everybody. Everybody has an issue with this. Humans are imperfect, you guys, and I know you don't want to hear this, or some of you don't want to hear this, and it doesn't feel good, and it's not like scratching that part of your brain or your soul that makes you feel like light and fluffy inside. But humans are imperfect. Your husband is going to make mistakes. Your wife is going to make mistakes. They are going to hurt you. They are going to do things that are disappointing. That's not to say, and I want to make it clear because people love to twist words on the internet, that's not to say you should accept abuse. That's not to say you should accept somebody disrespecting you beyond a level of you being able to return or like forgive, right? But being open to the fact that like you are going to have to forgive your partner. You're going to have to grow with your partner. You're going to have to transform with your partner, and your partner's going to have to forgive you. They're going to have to transform with you. Being open to that, you guys, I think is going to be really important in this relationship in general. And I feel like when you look back on this marriage, you are going to see how much you've grown, how much you've had to forgive, how much you've had to move forward from. And I think that it's going to be really profound for you guys on a soul level, because it's going to show how much love you have. It's going to show how much you are willing to like move forward from things that perhaps are difficult. How much you're willing to grow from things that are difficult. Okay, interesting. This is a lot. I usually wouldn't accept this many, but we have a mission. We share a passion for helping others. We have a mission to fulfill together in this world. So you guys may work in a similar field or in a similar environment. You guys may have a passion for helping children, for helping animals. You guys may have a passion that is more connected to like art that you guys are working on together. I am seeing this though as like you both feel very much like your love and your relationship is playing a bigger role in your life than just the relationship between the two of you. We have gratitude. I'm open to receiving and giving love. With joy and gratitude, I welcome you into my life. I see this as you and your partner feeling very grateful for each other. I do feel, and again, this may be triggering for a lot of you, but I do feel like there is an aspect of this person who is very similar to yourself, and when they do certain things, it agitates the ever-living frick out of you, because you're just like, why are you so irritating? Why are you doing that? Why are you doing this? And there will be a point where you recognize like, oh my gosh, like I'm so frustrated with your behavior in this because this is something that I struggle with, and I I don't want to deal with this. I don't want to face this. But I do feel like at the end of the day, there is going to be this feeling of like, I am so grateful that I found you. Because of you, I get to grow as an individual. Because of you, I get to expand my own understanding of myself and who I am and where I want to go. I also feel like the love you two share is very unconditional, and this gratitude is coming in to like highlight that. Like, I'm grateful that you're willing to forgive me. I'm grateful that I have learned how to forgive you. We have comfortable. Are you really ready to give up your old ways to be with me? Okay, see, this is not going to be a relationship for the weak, you guys. And when I say that, I feel like I should say that for all relationships, because truly, like, love and marriage and long-term partnership is not for the weak. If you are unwilling to grow, if you are unwilling to face yourself, it's going to be very difficult to have a long-term relationship, right? Are you really ready to give up your old ways to be with me? Are you really truly ready for that? Because if you're not, like, perhaps this isn't for you. This person, your husband, your wife, group number 1, is going to force you to grow. It's going to force you to look in your mirror. We have empire. We are going to build something incredible together. Again, I can see this as a family. I can see this as a home. This could also have to do with business, though, you guys, okay? So if that is something that you are interested in, it's very possible that you and your partner are going to be growing a business together. Okay, you guys, let's go ahead and try to get a timeline for you about when this person's going to be coming into your life. When is group number 1's husband, wife going to be coming into their life? Okay, we have within 6 months, on a windy day, on a Wednesday. Ooh, interesting. On a stormy day, on a hot day. So I don't know about you guys. I recently moved to the East Coast, and I feel like almost, I don't want to say every day, but at least on a weekly basis, there is a significant storm. But on the same day, it's like really freaking hot. So perhaps that's the situation that you guys are going to be experiencing, where it's like it's stormy for part of the day, or like later in the day, but earlier in the day it was really, really hot. It feels very much like the weather could be a bit of a mix. If I were to place my bets on one of these, I would say on a stormy day that's like really windy. Could also be hot during that day though as well, on a Wednesday within 6 months. Now within 6 months, obviously not all of you who picked pile 1 are going to be meeting your husband or your wife within 6 months, but for some of you who have picked this pile within 6 months, this relationship could start to develop. I'm going to go ahead, you guys, and now pull from the bowl, the goblet, and see what we can get. Who the hell is group number 1 going to marry? Okay. Okay, somebody in their late 20s. Perhaps you will be in your late 20s. We have a committed relationship. We have let loose. Love yourself. And I always say this is so important, and I always get comments of people being like, meh, I want to love myself. That's fine if you don't want to love yourself. I'm not going to force you to. However, if you do not love yourself, you are going to be more susceptible to end up in a relationship with somebody who also is not going to love you and is going to treat you like garbage. And I don't want that for you. But if that's what you want, go off, sis. Live your life. We have I want you. We have West. We have street style. We have glasses. We have a dark night. We have Paris. And we have 27. So also, you guys, I want to say the glasses could be like you have to look closer at something prior to meeting this person, or this person could be somebody who, again, is like putting a mirror up to your face and forcing you to look at certain things within yourself. The let loose could be referencing you having the ability to kind of like let your hair down and have more fun in this connection, in this relationship. I do feel like you guys are going to end up in a committed relationship with this person very soon after meeting them. And for a lot of you guys, you are going to meet this person in your late 20s, or they are going to be in their late 20s. For those of you who are older, that could be referencing meeting this person in the late 2020s. So right now we're in 2024 when this is being filmed. You could be meeting this person in like 2028, 2026, 2027, 2029, right? But yeah, that is what I have for you guys, group number 1. Thank you guys so much for allowing me to read for today. I really appreciate it. I hope that this was helpful and brought you some insight. Thank you. I love you. And that is all I got. So, bye. Hello, group number 2. Welcome to your guys' reading. Let's go ahead and start off with our zodiac dice. We have Leo and we have Cancer. Hello, Leo. Hello, Cancer. Sun, Moon, Rising, you guys. We have Sagittarius and Scorpio. Hello, Saggy. Hello, Scorpio. Scorpio and Saggy again. Pisces. Just Pisces. Sun, Moon, Rising. All right. If your sun didn't pop up, you guys, it is okay. I use the dice as extra confirmation. If your sign did not pop up, that is not the main course. That's not the main point of the message. So with that, let's go ahead and start the shuffle. Can we please get a message for group number 2 on who the hell are they going to marry? Okay. Okay, guys, the first card we have here is the Sovereign of Swords. Your husband, your wife is going to be somebody who's very independent. Your husband, your wife is going to be somebody who receives validation, not necessarily from outside sources, but from within them, their own selves, right? This is somebody who is very capable of standing on their own 2 feet. This is somebody who actually prefers to stand on their own 2 feet. I think this person may also be somebody where growing up or throughout their life, they didn't feel supported by others, or they didn't feel like other people were ever there for them or had their backs the way that they needed them to. This could even be stemming from like childhood stuff, not feeling like they had all their needs met as a child. But regardless, this person has developed a very independent personality. This person has developed this desire to, I don't want to say have control, but it feels very much like they enjoy being in control so that they aren't disappointed. It's like, I want to call the shots so that I am in control of the outcome. I want to almost micromanage my life so that I don't allow outside things to like come in and ruin things for me. They're very much a like DIY kind of person. Maybe not literally in the sense where they're making their own clothes or DIYing like projects, but they're like, if I want something done, I'm going to be the one that has to do it because I don't trust or depend on others to get done what I believe needs to be done. So very, very independent. This person is somebody who is self-made, self-taught, self-built. We have the Conqueror of Cups, and the Conqueror of Cups is somebody who is very sensitive. So although they have this independent nature, this desire to do things on their own, they are somebody who's very sensitive and very I want to say vulnerable, but it doesn't feel necessarily like vulnerability in the stereotypical sense. It feels more so like when they are in love or when they're in a relationship, they have a soft spot. Like they are very easily wounded when they are in love or when they are with somebody who they view as their like romantic partner, right? So specifically for you guys, group number 2, your husband, your wife, they may come off in this very strong fashion of like, I'm independent, I can stand on my own, I don't need anybody, I don't want anybody to do anything for me, like I got it, I can take care of it. But when it's like you two at home, I do feel like this person may have a tendency to, you know, be a little bit more sensitive, perhaps take things a little bit more personally. This person's also somebody who may be a bit of a romantic, which I feel like their friends and family may not necessarily expect. I feel like this person is going to be the kind of person to give you really thoughtful gifts. This person may be the kind of person to plan out really beautiful, extravagant dates. I just see this as someone who genuinely does have such a deep desire to be loved and understood. And I think because they had the absence of that throughout their life, that's why they developed this independent nature. And it's not that they don't enjoy it, but at their core, who they are somebody who wants this love. They are somebody who desires this love. They're fine without it. They are okay on their own, you guys. They do not need this, but they want this. Okay. We have the sun. I always see the sun in a reading when we're talking about who somebody is. I see it as somebody who is providing like a net positive in the world and not a net negative, right? This isn't somebody who has like a troll account leaving like silly hate comments on random TikTok videos. This isn't somebody who is gonna like have road rage and curse somebody out because someone made a mistake while driving. This isn't the kind of person who is just going to constantly like only call up their friends when they need something or call up their family members when they need something. This person is somebody who's they want to pour into other people. Being around this person feels revitalizing. It feels like you are being re-energized through being around this person. They are not someone who has a desire to take, they have a desire to give. And I feel like what they give best is their energy. I also feel like when you're talking to this person, they really do take the time to like sit and listen and look into your eyes and really give you their full undivided attention. I also feel like for a lot of you, your future husband, your future wife is going to feel like sunshine. Like being around them is going to feel like you have come out of this dark winter and you are finally stepping into this beautiful ray of like light, and it just feels so comforting and so warm. For many of you, this could be also talking about this person and the way that they choose to go about business. For some reason, I am feeling like this has to do with their second house. They may have a lot of luck or stability when it comes to their money and their finances. I think this person really does enjoy, though, overall, just spreading this more positive attitude or this more positive energy to others. I don't think they're one to take. They really don't feel like somebody who feels comfortable receiving or taking from others, which obviously can be a little bit of a negative thing if they're not comfortable with taking or receiving. We do have the Ace of Swords, and the Ace of Swords, you guys, is talking about a breakthrough. So obviously seeing this show up, your future husband, your future wife, I feel like this is going to be your experience. You are going to experience them as a breakthrough, but I also feel like this person is somebody for such a long time. Again, they struggled with this idea of like, I have to rely only on myself. And I feel like through this relationship, through this marriage, they are having this breakthrough of trust. Through this relationship, I feel like your husband, your wife is finally going to feel like, okay, like I can rely on somebody else. I can trust another human being. It feels very much like you are contributing to this breakthrough for them. There's also an element of like being a little bit spontaneous or having a desire to do things a little bit non-conventionally. I feel like these cards are going to drive me crazy because I just cannot see if they are straight or not. Okay, we have the Conqueror of Coins. The Conqueror of Coins, you guys, is talking about somebody who's stable, reliable, responsible. This is everything personally that I would want in a future spouse. Somebody who I can depend on, and not necessarily in a like monetary fashion, but having a partner who you can trust, like their opinion, you can trust their judgment, you can trust that they are stable and that they are going to be consistent. That to me is like one of the most important qualities you can have in a partner. And I do feel like this is representing your, again, husband, your wife, somebody who is very consistent, somebody who is willing to take things perhaps a little bit slow. I don't know if this relationship is developing in a slow manner or if this marriage is going to develop in a slow manner. What I do think for you guys, though, is that this person is somebody who is very much willing to take the harder route. Like they are willing to do something that's very, very difficult in order to get to the end goal of like perfection, right? So what is an example I can think of? I guess the only thing that's really coming to mind at this moment is just like this person is willing to do things that make them uncomfortable, such as like therapy or having like really long, difficult conversations or having really vulnerable conversations. They are willing to do things that may be uncomfortable for them in order to have the end solution be positive. So I do believe your future spouse is somebody who's going to be putting that energy into your guys' relationship. But overall, the Conqueror of Coins is talking about being willing to take the long route in order to ultimately have something that's stable. Oh, this is just driving me crazy. Okay. Let's go ahead and get one more tarot card. The Six of Cups. Okay, so it's very, very possible, group number 2, that your future spouse is going to be somebody who reminds you of someone from your past, okay? Maybe like a childhood crush, maybe a character that you used to be really interested in as a teenager. This could even be someone that you used to date. This is representing our past, okay? And when this shows up in a reading and we're trying to describe who somebody is, like who the hell am I going to marry? You're going to marry somebody who reminds you of somebody from your past. Now, there are going to be a few of you here who are watching this where this person is going to quite literally be somebody from your past. I am not a big advocate of like revisiting exes or like going back to old relationships, especially relationships that were toxic. However, if that is something that you feel in your heart and your soul that is like best for you, then obviously more power to you. Live your best life. I support you, but the Six of Cups is representing the past. The Six of Cups could also be representing children. So perhaps this is going to be someone that you start a family with. Okay. Let's go ahead and move on to our oracle cards. Can I please? Okay. We have the Black Moon Lilith. I always see this as very intense, adult, sensual energy. The Black Moon Lilith is our untamable side, right? It's the side of ourselves that we cannot, or that we don't necessarily, we have a hard time controlling. This is also oftentimes associated with like where we feel rejected. And going back to the Sovereign of Swords, I do feel like the Sovereign of Swords is very much encapsulating your spouse's energy overall. Somebody, again, who is very independent, but I feel like that independence is stemming from rejection or stemming from a feeling of not being good enough. So it's like, I have to be good enough on my own since I'm not good enough for you. The Black Moon Lilith, again, going back here, this is very sensual energy. Your future spouse may be somebody who values and cherishes, obviously, that sensual passion, but they may also have a little bit of shame, you guys, around what they are interested in physically or intimately. Obviously I can't get too graphic here on YouTube. I wish that I could, but this is potential for having, again, like insecurities or being nervous about being like, I'm really interested in exploring this. I don't know if you guys know the story of Lilith. I guess I'll give you a quick background just to give you guys an example. Essentially, Lilith is known in mythology. I'm trying to figure out how to word this without offending people. Lilith is known as Adam's first wife, okay? Adam and Eve, Adam's first wife, Lilith, okay? Lilith was cast out of the garden because she was more dominant and she wanted to essentially prioritize her pleasure. She wanted to be on top. She wanted to enjoy herself when it came to intimacy, just as much as like Adam enjoyed himself. And because of that, and because she was like disobedient towards Adam, she was cast out of the garden. Okay, great. And then she moved on. You can finish the story on your own. Point is, I'm feeling like there is shame for your partner in that realm of like, I'm really interested in this intimately, and I don't know if that's gonna be acceptable. So I guess my advice with that would be like, be open to like not being judgmental towards your partner, right? I feel like all of us, or many of us, are interested in different things when it comes to intimacy. And if this is going to be your husband, if this is going to be your wife, like obviously you should feel comfortable and they should feel comfortable to explore these things with you. So yeah, that's maybe something you guys should make sure you talk about prior to marriage. Ooh, okay. The 12th house of escape. Oh, okay. I think this person has gone through a lot of loss in their life. And when I say loss, I don't mean necessarily like death, but I feel this person essentially like the way it's showing up, it's like a crab moving to a different shell. Now I know crabs don't do that, but it feels very much like I'm packing up and I'm going somewhere else and I'm leaving everything behind and I'm just starting over. This could be with friendships, like going through different relationships and essentially just cutting those people out cold turkey and like never looking back. I feel like this person is somebody who has had to escape certain parts of themselves. For some reason, I do feel like there are some of you who are watching this where your future spouse was involved with people who are very toxic. I don't know if this is a relationship or if this was like a platonic friend group, but they were involved with very toxic individuals. And in order to like live the life that they are living now, they knew that they would have to like leave these people behind or this person behind. And in doing that, I feel like that freed them from a lot of shackles or potential even harm or damage that could have came to their life. Okay, so this person's very intelligent, you guys, and very practical. All right, we have the third house of messages and Virgo, I analyze. Now, if there's one thing, and Virgos, I mean this with so much love, okay? I always say this, my sister is a Virgo, my best friend's a Virgo, my partner's a Virgo, like the person who raised me is a Virgo. Like, I love Virgos. However, you guys are absolutely insane, and Virgos have a tendency to overanalyze. I would put that out there, and overthink for sure. So this person that you are going to be entering into this marriage with, maybe somebody who has a really hard time with getting stuck in their thoughts or getting stuck in their head, overthinking everything. Sometimes I do believe that this comes off as judgment, and I don't think, again, in my personal experience, that this is ever necessarily done maliciously, but I do believe that a lot of people can take this Virgo energy as malicious, like you're being judgmental towards my decisions and like why, like that's not fair, or you know, look in a mirror. But with this, I just want you guys to know that this person, I feel like, has gotten to this place of being an overanalyzer because of where they came from. I don't think this is something that they were born with, and I don't think it's coming from a malicious place either. We have the third house of messages here, okay? And the third house of messages is talking about communication. So this person being an effective communicator, but I also see this as this person potentially being somebody who really does value their education, and they take a lot of pride in the knowledge that they have possessed. That's also, I feel like, in alignment with Virgo energy. So there we are. Moving forward. Who the hell is group number 2 gonna marry? Ooh, I love that. Okay, we have chivalry. Love this card. Somebody who's chivalrous. And going back to the Conqueror of Cups, I was saying this, like this person is a romantic. This person is going to be somebody who wants to woo you. They want to wine and dine you. They want to show you a good time. They want to make you feel special. They want to make you feel like a princess. They want to make you feel like a king. They want to make you feel good. And I feel like this is something that both, and again, I don't care about your orientation or how you identify. It's not my business. I don't care. It's has no effect on anything. I think that regardless of if you're a man or a woman, like you can encapsulate this energy, and you should encapsulate this energy. Like it should be the goal to make your partner feel special. It should be the goal to make your partner feel loved and cherished. And I feel like that is essentially what chivalry is, right? Showing respect, showing love, showing thoughtfulness towards your partner. So yeah, and obviously like you can do this differently depending on who you are or like your personality. Like for example, I would never, I mean, maybe not never, but it's not in my character to act out in a masculine way and like go buy my boyfriend flowers or open a door for him or be quote unquote like masculinely chivalrous, right? But it is in my nature to like cook him a nice dinner or clean the house and set his clothes out or do this or do that. Like this can be done with anybody, but I do feel like your future husband, your future wife is going to really make it a point to make you feel special, to make you feel loved, to make you feel cherished, and to do things like this where you're just like, oh, I'm so lucky to have you. And we have connection here. So I think that there are many things that are connecting you and your future spouse. I think number one, you guys are going to be connecting over music. A lot of you are going to have very similar music taste. And I think that's something early on you guys are bonding over. I also feel like this is representing memories that you guys are making together and being able to look back on those memories with such fondness. Love letters as well. You guys may have a habit or create a habit of writing love letters back and forth to each other. For some of you, it's easier, and it may be easier for your partner as well to express themselves through writing or through like text message, especially for those of you who are younger. I know for me, I have a tendency to get really emotional, and sometimes when I'm emotional, I can't communicate everything that I'm feeling in a concise manner. So sometimes I have to write out what I'm feeling in order to completely communicate effectively. That may be something that your partner also has to do. Okay. Who the hell is group number 2 gonna marry? We have friendship. This connection is based on friendship. It may never develop into romance. So obviously this is developing into romance because the question today is who the hell are you going to marry? This connection is based on friendship. I love that. And I always say, like, this is so important. I feel like for any long-term relationship, if you are dating somebody who you also view as your best friend, who you can genuinely have a good time with, and it's not just about physical intimacy, it's not just about like, oh, he's so cute, or oh, she's so pretty. Like, if you have this genuine friendship, that is truly going to set you on a path for success with your marriage, with your relationship. The next card we have here is trust, and it says, guard your heart. Not everyone deserves your trust. So who the hell are you going to marry? You guys are going to marry somebody who has had to learn this lesson multiple times. This isn't something that they've learned once or twice. They have had to learn this lesson multiple times. And unfortunately for a lot of them, they had to learn it at a very young age. So I do believe that this relationship, and it makes sense based on the fact that we do have that conqueror of coins here. It makes, and the Virgo as well. This person's going to be somebody who just needs time to fully blossom for you. This person isn't going to be, you know what? They're kind of giving me, and I love this, they're kind of giving me cat energy. They're giving me somebody who, like, they need to warm up to you before they just like roll over and start purring. I don't think it's going to be an immediate thing. And this is great for loyalty, right? To know that you have a partner who's not friendly to just everybody, who's not going to just roll over for anybody, someone who actually needs time and they need to develop like a connection prior to opening up in that way. So it's not that I think that you guys need to guard your heart from this person. Obviously, you're going to marry them, but I do think that this relationship is going to start in a manner that perhaps is more based in a friendship than a romantic relationship, because this person needs time to open up. This person needs time to develop that level of trust. Okay. Can I please get a message for group number 2 about who the hell are they going to marry? Who the hell is group number 2 going to marry? Okay, one more. Okay, that one obviously has to come out, guys, because it flipped over. All right. We have alignment, and it says, like a cosmic match made in heaven, we are magically aligned. Right? Yes, magically aligned. We fit together so naturally. So honestly, a lot of what I'm describing, for those of you who are like, oh my gosh, that sounds like me. Boom, that makes sense. That makes so much sense. I feel like I get that comment all the time where people are like, this sounds so much like me. And to me, when I see comments like that, or when I see people expressing that the person that I'm describing sounds a lot like them, I'm like, well, it makes sense that your soulmate or your husband or your wife would be somebody who's very similar to you. I know for me, my current partner is somebody who is eerily similar to myself, and it's almost unsettling because it's like, okay, like we don't need to be that much alike. We could, but yeah, you and your future husband, your future wife, or somebody, you two together are very much aligned with one another. You two are going to have a lot of similarities, which again makes sense with the connection and feeling that deeper connection, feeling like you're connected, both mind, body, and soul. We will talk about learning now. It says, the next time you take a class, I could be among your classmates. I am always up for gaining knowledge and acquiring a new skill. So this person, and I think I've said this again with the messages, the third house, even the Sovereign of Swords, which again, I think encapsulates the majority of who it is that they are, if we are going based on like a generalization. I do believe that this person is somebody who does value their education, and they may take a lot of pride in the knowledge that they have acquired. So for those of you who are in university, this is going to be a great time to meet this person. Okay, this is going to be a great time to put yourself out there and to really try to get to know or make new friends or go on more dates. I also think this person is somebody who has a job or a title that is requiring a high level of skill. Here we go. We have trauma. I am working through my trauma so I can be whole for you. And again, I know that there are going to be some of you in the comment section who do not like this and you're like, I don't want somebody with mental illness, or I don't want somebody who's been through this or been through that. This is just life. Unfortunately, again, like humans can't all be storybooks, right? Like we can't all be storybook characters. And this trauma is something I was talking about literally from card 1. And I do just have to say this, the Sovereign of Swords, you guys, is not associated with trauma. Okay. The Sovereign, and most of the cards here are very positive, and nothing here is necessarily associated with trauma, but the energy of all of these cards together is very much giving this. It's very much giving like I was not given what I needed as a child, or I was betrayed very early on in my life. There's something that happened to me that made it difficult for me to trust and forced me to become extremely hyper independent. And I think that this is something that they are working through. I think this is something that they're aware of. They're not oblivious to the trauma that they've endured, and they're not oblivious to the fact that it does require work and effort on their part to move past it. We have Jaded, and it says, sorry about coughing, guys. It says, I am not in a place in my life where I can provide love to a partner because I'm still stuck in the past. For those of you where you are waiting for this person, you're like, where are they? Where's the person I'm going to marry? I have to be clear. Sometimes just because you are ready, that doesn't mean that your perfect person is ready. That doesn't mean that they are in a position to be able to love you the way that you deserve to be loved. And I wish so deeply in my heart and my soul that I would have been more patient when it came to wanting to or having that desire to meet my partner. I feel like sometimes it's best for the relationship overall to be patient. So again, if you guys have been waiting for this person and you're like, where the hell are they? Perhaps they are currently working through their trauma and they are self-aware enough to know that they wouldn't be a good partner right now. And that may be why the connection's taking so long to come into your life. We have ego, and this says, will your ego allow space for us to have an equal partnership? So this person who you are going to marry, you guys may have a difficult time in regards to letting go of control. I do think that's going to be a trauma response for them, or a response in regards to like what they have been conditioned to be like. I don't think this is a bad thing. I don't think there's someone who's stuck in their ego or somebody who's unwilling to have a fair partnership. I think if anything, this person is going to take so much on their shoulders, and they're gonna be like, no, honey, like I don't need you to do that. Like I'll take care of this, I'll take care of that. Like you don't worry about it. It's not that I feel like they're trying to take away responsibility from themselves. I think if anything, they're trying to put as much on their shoulders as they possibly can handle, because they don't want, like that's how they feel in control. That's how they feel like they are doing the best that they can do, that they are in a position to lead a life that makes them feel the most secure, is like having their hands in everything or taking care of everything. Again, sorry for the cough. I am overcoming COVID once again. Okay. We're going to go ahead and pull from this deck to see when you are going to meet this person, when you can expect to meet this person at noon. Okay, we can leave it here. At noon in November, okay? So later on in the day, the month of November may be significant for when you guys are meeting, and that's not to say it's going to be this November, but November, happens every year. So that may be a month that you guys want to pay extra attention to when it comes to your dating and relationships. Okay, let me go ahead and pull from my goblet and get you guys some more messages. Can we please get some more messages for group number 2? Who the hell are they going to marry? Oh, we have green eyes. Green eyes. We have Vancouver. Here, actually, let me spread these out so you guys can see them. We have big eyes. Okay, they have big green eyes. We have 28 years old. We have nerdy. Oh, I really need to replace this. And we have starting over, and I know you guys cannot read that, but it does say starting over. I will put that to the side and make sure I make that one. We have twin flame. We have 31, or the 31st. We have big lips. We have Toronto. We have creator. 24, the 24th. We have May. Running late. This person may have a tendency to run a bit late. We have respect, which we talked about with the chivalry. This person is somebody who's very respectful. We have a stranger. So this would indicate that you do not know this person or you have yet to meet this person for most of you. We have 37 years old. We have let go or letting go. We have athletic. Thick hair. Third party. This could be you guys are meeting through like mutual friends. Maybe you guys are meeting on Instagram. We have growing. We have childcare. And we have Canada. There was a lot of, I know this is cut off, but it is Canada. We have a lot of Canadian little cities here as well. So that is interesting. Perhaps this person is Canadian, or perhaps you guys are meeting in Canada. Anyways, group number 2, that is what I have for you guys. Thank you so very much for allowing me to read for you today. I really do hope that this was helpful. I hope you found it enjoyable. I love you guys so much, and that is all I got. So, bye. So, group number 3. Welcome to your guys' reading. We're going to start off with the zodiac dice really quick. We have Pisces and we have Aries. Hello, Pisces. Hello, Aries. We have Aries and Pisces again. Gemini, Aquarius. Sun, Moon, Rising. We have Scorpio and Cancer. Hello, Scorpio. Hello, Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising. Okay, you guys. So unfortunately, I thought that I was recording the shuffle on camera, and unfortunately it was not recording. So here we are. Let me actually make sure that it's recording this time. Yes, okay, it is recording for sure. The 6 of Wands, you guys. So who the hell are you going to marry? The 6 of Wands is representing a person who is extremely successful. And I don't like making blanket statements like that, especially when we are doing a group reading and we are talking about your husband, your wife, the person you're going to marry, right? But this is representing success. Now, it could also be representing your future spouse being an individual who is extremely driven, somebody who is very goal-oriented and capable of keeping their eye on the prize, right? In order to be successful, you have to be driven. In order to be successful, you have to have some type of ability to discipline yourself enough to walk through the mud, right? Like, it's not always going to be easy, but it's going to be worth it. That's the energy that comes up with this. It's very much giving me the image of somebody who, if they wanted to, they would find a way. Like, if they had a desire to become mega successful, they would find a way to do it. If they wanted to buy a home and have 10 children and like live off the grid, they would find a way to do it. This is somebody who's extremely, extremely capable of achieving their goals because of the level of discipline that they have acquired, okay? All right. We have the ruler of coins here as well, group number 3, and the ruler of coins is representing, to me, honestly, personally, this is like the perfect husband. This is the ideal, perfect, like you are the dream. This is representing earth sign energy. I was like, wait, what? This is representing earth sign energy. This is Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo type energy. This is somebody who's very consistent. Okay. This is somebody who you will be able to rely on. When you're having a hard time, you can lean on this person. This person is going to be somebody who's very hardworking, somebody who is extremely responsible. Okay. Especially when it comes to finances, this person is going to be a person that maybe they don't always spend their money in the most logical way, but they always have enough money to make sure that the necessities are covered. Like, I'm not going to just go out and, blow my mortgage payment on the casino or on this or on that. It's like, I am responsible. I know what's important and I know how to prioritize things that are needing to be prioritized. Overall, though, I do see this as a very strong individual. Your future spouse may also be somebody who's a bit stubborn, someone who is a bit, when they have an opinion about something, they are not shy about letting you know. They are not shy about saying, no, like this is why I'm right and this is why you are wrong. I know that sounds kind of awful, but it's just giving, what I'm trying to relay to you guys is it's just giving somebody who is very stubborn and opinionated. We have the 3 of Cups showing up here as well, and this is talking about somebody who enjoys going out and having fun, somebody who enjoys spending time with family and friends. What I think is really interesting is the card that came up after that is the 8 of Cups. So I'm almost seeing this as an individual who, when they were younger, they spent a lot of time with their friends, going out, perhaps drinking, having a good time. I do feel like they have retired from this energy though. And the reason I'm saying that is because, again, the next card that came up is the 8 of Cups. And the 8 of Cups talks about walking away from something that was once really important to us because we have now found something better. We have now found something that was more in alignment with ourselves. We have evolved past this, okay? It's giving me dad energy. It's giving me like secure, safe, dad energy. We have Justice here. So this is somebody who is fair, who is kind, somebody who does their best to see your point of view or others' point of view. I also think this is, again, somebody who's very balanced for the most part, okay? Now, this is something that they, I think, are going to continue to acquire as they get older. Perhaps when you meet them, they are not going to be the most level-headed, balanced person you ever meet. However, as they age, as they develop, as they mature, because we all continue to mature until, the day we expire. But as they continue to go through this process of life, I do believe they are becoming more and more balanced, more and more fair. Their energy feels like it calms down significantly with age. Okay. And the last tarot card that came up for you guys is the Conqueror of Wands. And this is somebody who is very fiery, somebody who's extremely motivated. I think especially when it comes to work, this person is extremely, extremely driven. I do believe they're very passionate about whatever it is that they do. They're somebody who has allowed their passion for their work, for their profession, to drive them, to push them, to motivate them. I also do believe this person is very passionate in general, the way that they speak, the way that they operate in their life. They are exuding a lot of fire, okay? And again, I do believe that as they get older, that is going to kind of relax with age or not be as pungent with age, but let's go ahead and move on to the oracle cards. Who the hell is group number 3 gonna marry? Okay, so yes, the 6th house is a house that literally says routine. The 6th house is a house that's connected to work and health. So again, taking it back to what I was saying about the ruler of coins, this is an individual who is very motivated by their career, okay? I'm not gonna sit here and tell you guys that all of you are gonna marry someone who makes, $400,000 a year, $1 million a year, and you're going to live happily ever after with a rich man or a rich woman. But this person is very hardworking, and this person is very driven by what they do. Like, this is really, really important to them. I also see this, though, you guys, as their health becoming very important to them as, again, they get older. So perhaps maybe when you meet them, they're somebody who's going out, who is, perhaps partying a little bit, somebody who may not eat the best or take care of their body, or take care of their health, somebody who's not necessarily driven by that routine. But I do believe, again, as they get older, they are going to dedicate their life to their routine, dedicate their purpose to having this stability with their routine, with their health, with their work. Okay. We have the Grand Cross. This is the Provoker. And we also have the Grand Trine of Blessings. Okay. So I do believe that this person is, again, somebody who has a very fiery personality, somebody who is extremely, extremely motivated to get to where they want to go in life. I also do believe this person has been blessed with a particular gift. I want to see if I can get what that gift is, just because it does seem to be standing out quite a bit with the highlight of their career. So can we please get an understanding of what group number 3's spouse gift is? What is their gift? The Ace of Cups. Okay. This is the gift of, essentially, this is the gift of empathy. Being able to feel things so deeply, being able to experience life on such a deep level. So it's interesting to me because I would assume that this person is somebody who is not overly emotional based on the original tarot cards that have come out. However, I do believe that this person has a tremendous amount of empathy or sympathy, I guess I should say, to give to others. They have a really big heart, and not everyone may see that, you guys. Okay, let's go ahead and continue. Can I please get a message? One more. One more for group number 3. Who the hell are they going to marry? We have family. I'm excited about starting a family with you and creating new traditions. So this person could be somebody who's very, very family oriented. Now, for some of you, you don't have a desire to have children. You already have children, or you're like, that's just not right. That's not my path, or I don't have the ability to, right? So seeing this, I want you guys to understand that I am fully aware that family comes in all different shapes and forms and sizes and this and that. And not all families involve having actual children. Starting a family with somebody could be buying a house with them or moving in together, getting pets, getting maybe even like adoption, right? Like, this doesn't have to be a stereotypical family, but this is, I can't wait to start a life with you. I can't wait for you to become a part of my family and for us to create traditions together. It's also very possible, you guys, that this person really, really wants you and their family to get along. Like, I want you to become a part of my family, like literally. I want you to become a part of the family I already have, and I want to be a part of the family that you already have. We have growth here, and it says, don't feel like you have to be perfect for me. You've already done a lot of self-work, and our relationship will be an opportunity to grow together. Okay, so I love that, because I do feel like oftentimes, women especially, like, I feel like we're really hard on ourselves in regards to how we look, or like feelings of not being good enough. I feel like women specifically struggle with that. And seeing this show up makes me really happy for you guys, because this is obviously saying, like, you are perfect the way that you are. Now, that's not an excuse to like not work on things that you know need to be worked on, such as like your mental health, your emotional state, maybe even your attachment style, right? Like, if you know that you have certain emotional things, especially, or mental things especially, that need to be worked on, continue to work on those things. But your husband, your wife is simply just saying to you, I love you regardless. And like, we can tackle this and that together. You don't need to worry about being a perfect human. I don't expect you to be perfect. I don't need you to be perfect. I love you despite your imperfections. Then we have addiction. I don't have room for you in my life right now because so much of my energy is focused on the wrong things. I don't necessarily see this, you guys, as a literal addiction. I do think this person right now, like I was saying, I don't want this to scare any of you, okay? Especially those of you who are younger. I don't want this to scare you because I do believe that this person, like I said, is going to be somebody who grows and who evolves into somebody who is completely different by the time you guys are together. I do feel like there's somebody who enjoys going out. They enjoy perhaps more superficial things like indulging in attention from people that they're attracted to, or when I say indulging, I mean like overindulging, right? Putting too much energy and too much focus on receiving that like intimate connection or superficial connection. It's also very possible that there's somebody who's very focused on creating a lot of money right now. It feels superficial. It doesn't feel like a literal addiction. For some of you, obviously it could be, but it feels more like a superficial, I'm focused on things that aren't necessarily important in the long term right now. I have growing to do. That's what this is saying. I have to grow up a little bit more before we get together. Okay. Let's see what else we can get for you guys. Can I please get a message for group number 3? Okay, creativity. You and your future spouse may be a couple who enjoy creating together, who enjoy indulging in like the arts and music. I'm almost seeing this as like going on adventures, going to like art museums, traveling together. I also see this as two people who want to create, again, like a home, right? Creating a home together, creating a family together. Okay. We have the gardener. So I'm willing to put in the work. I'm willing to put in the effort. I'm willing to show up and to tend to our garden. Okay, that is essentially what this card is talking about. Our relationship is important to me. Therefore, I'm going to prioritize taking the time to water our relationship, taking the time to prune our relationship, taking the time to wake up early in the morning and do the things that are necessary so that we can have a healthy, beautiful relationship. I feel like your partner is very dedicated to you and very dedicated to the marriage that you guys are going to share. And then we have maturity, which I think that this is a really big message here, that your future spouse, when you meet them, they are going to be in a place where they are ready for this. They are ready to be in a mature relationship. They are ready to grow. They are ready to learn. They are ready to give themselves to you in that more solidified, mature way. This isn't going to be a relationship that's based on lust. This isn't going to be a relationship that's based on necessarily even like, I just desire you so much because of your body or because of this or because of that. Like, this person loves you and wants this marriage because of who it is that you are. And I feel like together you two have so much to learn and so much to go through life with. This person very much feels like you're not going to be with anybody after this. Like, this is your life partner. This is the person that you are going to grow old with and expire with, right? I'm sorry if that verbiage is offending anybody. I just don't want to upset YouTube by speaking in that manner. Okay, let's go ahead and continue. Can I please get a message individuality? Be wary of possessive partners. Maintain your individuality. Your future husband, group number 3, your future wife is going to be somebody who's not possessive, who's not trying to control you, who doesn't want you to change who it is that you are, who's not expecting you to alter your physical appearance or alter the person that you are. Like, they want you and they love you exactly as you are. And I was talking about that with the growth, right? Like, it's okay to work on things that are important, such as your mental health, such as your emotional well-being, but this person is going to accept you and love you as you are. And they also don't want to change you. Like, they really want you to just be you because that's who they fell in love with. We have sparks, and it says to keep the sparks flying, surprise each other with gestures of love. So seeing this pop up makes me really happy because I do believe very deeply that this is one of the important ingredients to keeping a long-term relationship, is to continue to show up for each other and to try for each other and to try to impress each other, to show gestures of love. I've seen so many people in comment sections here on my channel and on others where it's like, I don't want to have to try with my partner. And I get like wanting an easy love. I get not wanting to feel like you have to constantly put on a show for the person you're with. But there's a difference between putting on a show and like putting in effort, right? There's a difference between being inauthentic and also showing up for your partner in a way that's like, I love you and I want you to know that I love you. I want to look good for you. I want to make you feel special. I want to make you feel loved. Like, we shouldn't get to a point in a relationship where we're like, I don't want to put effort in. Like, this is too much for me to even try. Like, I don't care how you view me. I don't care if we are being cute and romantic. Like, I just don't want to have to try. Like, that's not a good time, guys. So to keep the sparks flying, you guys are going to show up for each other and keep surprising each other and keep getting dressed up for each other. I don't feel like this is going to be a relationship where you guys, and I want to be careful how I say this, but I don't feel like this is going to be a relationship where you get overly comfortable with each other in a way where you start to take each other for granted, right? It's like, I appreciate all the work and the effort that my husband puts into providing a nice home for us or providing a good life for us. I appreciate all the work and effort that my wife puts in by doing this or by doing that. I appreciate my partner for showing up for me when I'm sick or for surprising me with a movie date. Like, things like that I think are really, really important to a relationship. We do have Destiny. It says the reunion with your twin flame is a destined event. So this is really exciting. And I feel like throughout this reading, I'm sorry I keep coughing, guys. I am recovering from COVID still. July has been a crazy month. Anyways, Destiny, a reunion with your twin flame is a destined event. I feel like a lot of what has shown up here is very like, this person's hardworking, they're stable, they're responsible. They have been blessed with a gift. That gift is empathy. You guys are going to grow together. This person wants a family with you. This person's going to grow with you. But it doesn't feel super individualized to who it is that they are. And that may be because a lot of who it is that they are personality traits that you have. It feels very much like this person and you, again, are going to be spending the rest of your lives together. It feels very much like you two are destined to be together. And the reason for that is because you have this soul bond. Also, guys, it's almost making me feel like for a lot of you, you have been searching for this person for quite a while, or you feel like you've exhausted this search for this person. And the way it's showing up, it feels very much like kissing a bunch of frogs and then getting your prince, right? It feels very much like you're going through certain things because at the end of it, you are getting like your ideal person. You are getting your perfect match. You are getting the person you are meant to be with. I want to go ahead and see what I can get for you guys in regards to a timeline of when you're meeting this individual. Okay, I'm satisfied with that. Within 3 years, this person is coming into your life. Group number 3. Oh, in the spring. Okay, within a week. So perhaps within the first week of spring, this person's coming into your life. For some of you, there may be someone who you were meeting within this 3-year span who you think is your soulmate, who you think is the person you're going to marry, and there may be a little bit of caution or discernment that you are needing to use moving forward. What I would say with this, you guys, is like your husband, your wife is not going to be somebody who is disloyal. Your husband, your wife is not going to be somebody who is creating chaos in your life, right? This person is bringing peace into your life. This person's bringing balance. This person is bringing stability and consistency. This person is showing up and willing to work on the relationship. And the flaws that they do have, because again, you guys, everybody is flawed. The flaws that they do have, they are going to be willing to work on it. If you meet an individual and you're like, okay, this person is not responsible. This person is not bringing peace into my life. And they are not willing to work on it. They're not willing to show up and like work on these things and actively put in effort, that is not your spouse. That is not the person you're going to marry, okay? Again, a lot of these qualities that your husband, your wife possesses are qualities that they are going to develop. They are still a work in progress, okay? So if you meet them and they are not perfect, I want you to know, like, you don't need to freak out. However, the major indicator of if this person is going to be your husband or your wife, it's that gardener. Are they showing up? Are they working on themselves? Are they trying? I'm going to go ahead and mix the goblet up and see what else we can get. Can I please get a message? We have reconsider your options. Okay, reconsider your options, group number 3. We have sincere. We have early 20s. We have a frazzled appearance. We have adaptable. Brown eyes. Big in build. So that could be somebody who's really tall, somebody who's really stocky, somebody who's curvy. We have older. We have a roller coaster. September. F. Strong legs. Love you more. 12 months. Natural hair. Earth. Earth signs do seem significant for this reading. And E. So that is what I have for you guys, group number 3. Thank you guys so very much for allowing me to read for you today. I hope that this was helpful and you found it enjoyable. I love you, and I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.